It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hi, guys. Welcome back and happy Monday. Guys, it's Monday and we're back to talk about 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After, and what a chaotic, overly casted sort of, excuse my French, shit show it was. You know, it was so interesting after watching the episode, watching the premiere of the show, and seeing, one, how many cast members were actually included, and two, to see what the fans' reactions were. Some people found the premiere to be incredibly boring, but for me, I think it was a good start. I think it was the beginning to a great franchise, especially after we just watched the other 90-day series that kind of got a little redundant. I mean, it kept our attention kind of, but I'm not sure. I'm going to go ahead and drop the StreamYard link because I don't want to just yell at you the whole time. I want to hear what you guys have to say, and I see some of my favorite people in the room already. Hi, Kim. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Chic Avant. Not Paid by Monique is here, which I thought she was going to change her name. I guess she didn't. And Kempire Daily. Guys, I dropped the StreamYard link, so go ahead, call in, and join me in this conversation. That way we can go over all of the different cast members, what exactly this episode looked like, and I guess what's to come. I want to start off because I made this thumbnail about Angela Deem and her husband, Michael. I made it talking about some of Angela's drastic changes, and we've been anticipating them for quite some time now. I thought it was great that we open up this season, we'll start this season off with Angela Deem talking about a few minor changes that she wants to make to herself. I don't think that it's anything too bad, you know. I think that this woman, she's 54, which I was so shocked to hear that she was 54. I was just shocked to hear that she was 54. I guess I missed the mark on that one before. But she wants to get sort of a gastric bypass situation going on. She wants to lose a little bit of weight. She wants to feel like a healthier, better version of herself. And like she said, her man is 32, 34, something like that. And she wants to make sure she maintains being sexy. I can appreciate a woman who wants to do it. Honestly, a man, a woman, whoever wants to do that, I can appreciate it. I don't want to just shove my opinion down your throat, though. I do have a few of my favorite people in the call chat now, so I'm going to bring them up. And then with that, we're going to go through each cast member as long as they want to stay on. Here we go. Oh, my gosh. K1 Visa Rep is here. Hello. Hi. How are you?
Hi, guys.
And also Empire Daily. So Kempire and, of course, our favorite K1 Visa Rep. Guys, before we get started on Angela and Michael, that's where I want to use our starting point, or that's how I want to start off. I feel like I can't talk. This is a crazy, chaotic day for me over here. But before we start off, guys, go ahead and smash that like button. I'm taking a trip today to go spend some time with Pops, so I can't wait. But before I go, I'm trying to pump out some videos.
Ooh,
and yeah, I'm excited. But of course, ladies first.
That's nice.
Visa Rep here. What did you think about getting Angela back?
By the way, I changed my name. I changed to Not Paid by Anyone. And when I call in, I always change my name according to the theme.
Hey, listen, we love a good theme. We appreciate you. So thoughts on Angela making a return?
Oh my God. You know, I am siding here with Michael's aunt. It seems like she is, because she promised Michael that she would try to have a child. Now I understand why her daughter didn't want to be the pocketbook for the child, the tote.
Right.
Because are all these kids her daughters?
I think that she has a couple children, and those kids come from a couple of her different
kids.
Yes. I was going to say, my family calls me a spawn, so I was going to say a couple of those spawns, but you know.
I prefer that term.
So this is the thing, like, poor Michael. Okay, you can't have a child. Your daughter doesn't want. Shouldn't you be allocating these resources for a surrogate, which is very expensive?
But I feel like Angela, didn't we watch her on the reunion of the last season that she was on, and she was screaming at Michael's mom on the phone via Zoom, whatever it was. And she was letting them know, listen, I don't want to have a baby at this point. And like you just said, we watch her open up the show with all of these grandchildren. There's enough kids running around. I feel like Papa Michael will be just fine. But I know that in his culture, and it's a tradition, you know, you want to have a baby of your own. You want to bring this little child into the world and they have your blood in them, right? But I feel like they'll be preoccupied enough.
Yeah, but she broke her promise. That wasn't a promise when they got married. They got married. She told him the truth that she can't have a kid and that they were going to try one way or another. He never backed down from being a dad. And this is where like Angela loses me. She's funny. She is like out there. She's good for TV. Oh, I'm Team Twirl all day, but that's
no. I'm with Kimpire on this. I'm with Kimpire. She's a 54-year-old woman. She says it like it is. I mean, she said, "I'll try." She tried. She went to the baby doctor. They said, "Listen, you're not carrying a baby." And she tried getting Skyla to carry it. That way, there was the same blood. Skyla said no, and at that point, I feel like she tried.
And realistically, Angela can't carry a baby.
She promised Michael she would have a kid.
And you believe that?
I know. Come on.
No. I know that physically she can't have a child. I know that. You know, I'm a woman and I'm very close to her age. I'm not saying that. What I mean is that she's not even trying to have him adopt a child or a surrogate. You know, it is like she is so like closed off in the idea that the egg needs to be hers or her family. She's very selfish in that aspect. If she really loves Michael, she should give him a child one way or another. I don't feel like that's
I kind of feel though really
I'm Team Michael.
And maybe okay, draw your line in the sand over there.
I think you're more Team Auntie than you are Team Michael, because I think Michael's going to do whatever Angela wants to do.
Well, true,
I agree.
But Michael will be hurt because Michael loves Angela.
I know, but can't you agree to that? Listen, you know, his mom was like, okay, well, she doesn't need to be spending this money on being sexy. I think she needs to spend this money on a surrogate. As a gay man, that's the only option that I would have really to have a baby if I wanted to go about that route. And it's a very expensive process, but we're watching her. She's about to get this gastric bypass, right? Where she wants to be a little bit thinner and healthier. But with that, she's putting all of it on TV. Now, if Rebecca and Zied can quit the fast food chicken place and make their money on social media at this point, in my mind, I'm kind of thinking with her having it recorded, filmed for the show, she's either one, not paying for this surgery, or two, she's getting a major discount. And I don't think a surrogate coming on is going to be like, oh, you're putting me on TLC? Yeah, sure. I'll do it for pennies. No.
You know, I get what you're saying. I get it. But I feel like for me, I totally understand. I'm 100% sure she's not paying. She's getting paid, if nothing, for her transformation. She's bringing whoever is going to do it for her to the spotlight. I get that. But my point is she's not investing any ounce of effort to do something for Michael, something that she promised. And based on that, they got married. He never gave up the dream of being a dad. So I feel like, okay, do you listen? I want a mommy makeover too. Believe me, but like, but at least make it appear that you're trying to do something that's very important for Michael, because Michael loves her. I really, in my heart of hearts, Michael is with her because he loves her. Not only because he wants to come here, he wants to come to the United States, but he really loves her. He really does. And
wow, you really believe in this love affair.
I know. I don't know what the hell is going on over here.
She loves him too.
I feel like they both love each other, but I also think like, you know, I know Kempire was kind of joking, but really not, when he was like, and you believed her when she said she was going to have a baby, whatever the case is. The fact is, you know, she's not going to be okay with him impregnating another woman. That's not going to happen. She's already said that. And she's like, oh, hell no. You know, like she's made it very clear. And then also she, you know, she went to the doctor. She's kind of explored the fact like whether or not her body is capable of bearing a child. She sees that that's not a possibility anymore. I think that she's been vocal enough about it. And Michael is still so young. I understand that when you love somebody, it's hard to let them go, but he still has a choice, you know, like if he doesn't want to be with her, she's not going to give this man a child just like that. Just that's a dead dream. And it's not happening. She's not giving you a child. She wants to look sexy. And I'm kind of applauding the fact that, you know, she wants to get out there and make sure that she looks like all nice. I like it.
I think
I love Angela. I don't
honor her promise to her man.
I don't.
She showed up.
I didn't believe that promise when she made it.
I didn't believe the promise when she made it. I thought she was just like, listen, I got myself a man. She said that it's like fitting a hand into a glove. I don't know what that means, but she gave us a little bit of baby girl Lisa vibes right there with that vulgarity.
No. Let's rewind, because baby girl Lisa is always trying to be Angela. That was just Angela being Angela.
Okay, that's fair. Empire, I'll shut my mouth. That is fair. And Angela's just a one of a kind. You know, she is unapologetically herself. And as long as it doesn't really cross that line into hurting other people, I think that's something to celebrate.
Yeah, I look, she was the best part of Happily Ever After. She really was. Like, it was entertaining from beginning to end when it comes with Angela. That's why I was so excited about Angela coming back this season. And look, that promise that she made to Michael, I didn't believe it. Adam didn't believe it. Only poor Miriam, a lover of love, believed it.
No, I did not believe it. No,
but you're pretty much saying, why give that promise if you're not going to follow through?
She lied.
Okay.
So
that's it.
That's a harsh word. That's like calling somebody a bully.
Erica, Kyle.
Okay.
I also get why Angela wouldn't want to have a child at 54. I understand that part too.
I mean, her child will be graduating high school when she's in her 70s, and it's not saying that that's not possible. And people don't look at Janet Jackson, right?
Ooh.
She had a baby. But
let me throw your argument against both of you.
Okay.
So to that point, when she's a certain woman of age, why would she get married to such a younger man? Because if she just do the projection,
are you really asking that
age,
question?
I know. I don't think that's a real question.
That she's longer. Well, she's gonna be in her 70s when Michael is at the prime time of his life.
And we don't know if she won't be in the prime time of her life.
Do you know what I'm saying?
She's got a lot of energy.
And you know what they say, when you lose weight, your sex drive goes up.
Whoa. And she already said, and she gave us the analogy.
No, if she eats an apple, maybe.
Don't do it again. Oh.
The hand into the glove. That's all I'm going to say. But I don't want to make this whole conversation about Angela and Michael. There's another couple on here that kind of irked me a little bit. Well, there's a few that kind of irked me. There's some that I like and some that irked me. But having Kalani and Asuelu back, I really feel bad for Kalani, because Kalani's trying to, you know, navigate this relationship the best way that she knows how in her mind. She's like, look, we already have 2 boys. We're a family. And why not try to work on this relationship, water the grass at home instead of trying to go out and water somebody else's yard? Because like my dad has always told me my whole life, if you are having problems in your relationship, you should do the best you can to mend those problems, because you're just going to have a new set of problems in a different relationship. And I really think that's true.
That's very wise words from your father.
Yeah, well, listen, he doesn't have this was one of the
you shared a lot of wise words from your father, but it's true.
But how is Kalani being wise here? How is Kalani being
because
wise
she's trying to make her family work.
Oh, so she buys a home with someone she's at the verge several times of getting divorced from. So she buys a home. If they want to try living alone, go rent. Don't you think it's a better idea? Like buying a home.
I wouldn't even, honestly, and if I bought that home, I would make sure that that home was in my name, and I would have him sign a document saying that his name is not going on that home until after maybe some sort of like contractual agreement of being like, hey, if we can make this last and we are still good in the next 3 years, then we will go get, I think it's called a quick claim deed. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but I think
I'm like, what?
Yeah. And get your name back on the home. I think that would be a way to navigate it.
But if you feel that way about the relationship, you probably shouldn't be in that relationship. You should not be buying a home with a person if you feel that way. if you don't trust them.
He's an Uber driver now.
Good
He's
for
out
him.
there and he's trucking around. He's getting people from point A to point B. He's not working in the yogurt shop anymore. And if he was, Demi Lovato probably ruined that. So the whole point is he seems like he's trying at this point. So, he's still that macho. He's that macho man where he comes from. He's the man. He goes and he collects the food, the coconuts, like he said, and then the woman stays home. She cleans and she does everything. Now, Kalani's not for that backwards way of life bullshit, but she's working with him, and I kind of commend her for that, because at the end of the day, if she gets rid of him, he's either going to Washington or he's going back to his home. So if he does that, then he's not going to be around the boys, and then she's going to have a sort of broken up family. And
I think Kalani's really investing in this relationship because she has those two boys.
Yeah.
I get it, but her investment is not wise. She is investing in something very risky. I applaud her. Listen, I applaud a woman trying to make things work in her marriage. I was one of them for 13 years. Okay, this is not what my point is. Why buy a house? Buying a home, it's going to be very hard to exclude him. They will need a prenup. Have you watched him? Do you think he's going to accept a prenup where he has no rights? He will never accept that.
And if he wants to live in the house,
they are going to divorce. So he will, that's the premise when they have a prenup in his own mind. Okay, work on the relationship. Yes. Move out of your parents' home so that he sees maybe how much your parents really help. But don't buy a house. Not yet. Not yet. Listen to me, Kalani. Not yet.
Listen to the K1 Visa rep here, Kalani. Okay, so with that, guys, go ahead, smash that like button. I'm gonna move forward just a little bit, and I want to talk about another couple. And since we've all met this couple, I feel like we can agree on one thing. The guy is extremely arrogant. He has no real concept of how work works, how a relationship works. He just has a lot of ego and a lot of pride. I want to talk about Andrei and Elizabeth. This man thinks that he's really going to go to her dad, who he's treated like shit for so long, and he thinks he's going to go to this father and say, oh, you know what? I passed my real estate license, so I am just going to go to your dad, and I feel like he should give me $100,000 loan. Yeah, me too. I would love one of those. Do you know what if I went to my parents and asked them to give me $1,000 loan, they would be like, take your ass to work. Go to work. You don't get nothing from me. I raised you for 18 years. I fed you, wiped your butt, whatever. That is what it was. And now you're free. You're free to do your own thing. And the dad is kind of, while the dad said, listen, you have no real field experience. You have no experience in this yet. Congratulations. You passed your real estate.
Have you sold a home yet?
Have you sold a home? Do you have any experience flipping houses? And he makes sense. And Andrei's sitting there and he's like rolling his eyes. And I'm like, dude, the minute that you rolled your eyes at me, one, you'd catch a beer. And then two, I would be walking away. I wouldn't even entertain this conversation. I'd be like, no. But the guy loves his daughter so much, and he's really trying to make Elizabeth's life easier. So he's trying to give stipulations in order to eventually help Andrei. And I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I can't even believe he's entertaining the idea of helping him in the first place.
I also
feel
think
like
this is
it's
a large part about
a storyline.
Yeah, I agree. It felt very fake.
Go ahead, Empire.
It felt so fake to me. It just felt like, okay, now this is just going too far. Like I believe their drama in the beginning, but now you just passed your real estate license and you've never sold a home, and he's going to give you $100,000 to start your own business. Really? Okay, guys, you're going a little too far. Why don't we just introduce him into the business? And we already know there's going to be drama between the siblings and him in the business. No, I want to start my own business. Then get your own money.
No, I agree, but I think this man comes off so honestly, the family has to hate him because he comes off so arrogant when he's talking to her sisters and stuff, and he's like, well, your dad helps other people, so why can't he help us? It's like, well, they also don't probably treat him like shit. And they're also not disrespectful and telling him to mind his own business and you do you and stay away from me and stay away from my family. We're good. But then also ask for a loan. Like, Andrei has a very skewed idea of how things work. I don't necessarily understand. And this can't all be storyline. He really thinks this way.
We've seen him act this way before, but it just seemed too far-fetched.
I think it's a storyline.
Yeah, but
I really
a part
think
of this
it's a
is a
storyline.
personality too. It's a personality. This is part of his personality and how he operates. It can't all be storyline. He really feels like, the dad Chuck does for the other family members, so he needs to do for us too. And he groups himself as part of being with, Libby. So he's like, he helps your other brothers and sisters. He needs to help you, and when he helps you, that means he needs to help me. I think this is just a very BS idea.
Can you imagine going to get a job and putting conditions? I don't want to work with your son. How ridiculous is that?
Yeah. So you're the boss. So let me tell you.
That's my thing. It's a family business because I'm family. You have to help me, but I don't want to work with your son.
But give me $100,000. Yeah, I think that's like me going and getting a job at, let's say I go and I apply for a job at Walmart and I get this job and I'm in the interview and I'm like, listen, the people in the electric department or electronics, they're a bunch of assholes. I don't want to work with them. So put me far away from them. But if you can agree to do that and you give me my certain lunch breaks and you don't hound me all the time, then sure, I'll work here. They would be like, no, get a life. We'll find somebody else who will work here. We don't need you.
I mean, you'd be surprised what people say during interviews, because I've heard of people making sort of demands before they've gotten a job. And you're like, what?
I had a friend who just went to, she just went to an interview and they hired her on the spot. And then she was like, but listen, my birthday's coming up. Like I have a few things that have already been in the works. I'm actually taking 2 weeks off in April. So as long as I can start after those 2 weeks, then it's good. And they were like, yeah, that's fine. We'll do that. And she came back and told me, and I'm like, you are lucky. Count your blessings, because I've never heard that in my life.
Until Andrei.
That happened to me when I moved. No, I know it sounds bad, but when I moved from my previous position to the new one, I had pre-planned vacation with my kids to Disney. I didn't know I was applying for the job. I didn't know I was getting the job. So at my interview, I told my boss to be, hopefully, that, listen, this is the deal. He goes, thanks for giving me the heads up. It's fine. And the funny thing is, like, even my first month, we never were working at the same location because my first week with him, he was away. When he came back, I went with my kids to Disney. Then when I came back, he went away again. So it happens. It sounds bad, but it's nothing like Andrei. Andrei is putting conditions, is being entitled, and wants $100,000 over it.
No, and I'm sure Elizabeth, just like Rebecca too, because Elizabeth is her and her family, because the family dynamic, even though a lot of it seems like contrived storylines, they still are fan favorites. They add a lot of drama and dimension to the show. It's an interesting dynamic, and it's almost kind of like the family Chantel a little bit. But with that, I mean, I'm sure she's making a good amount of money on social media too. What'd you say? What did you say?
White trash version.
Oh, you know what?
Gosh. K1 Visa Rep, you're going to lose your job.
In all fairness, though, the family Chantel has Karen, and Karen really adds to the show. That's why they got their own show.
Right. Well, she's like a little
I love family Chantel. I really do.
Okay. Well, there's another couple in here that I want to talk about. There's another couple in here I want to talk about, and it's Mike and Natalie. Mike and Natalie still seem like they're off to a rocky start. It's interesting because she's trying to be, first of all of this woman, all she wants is for you to wear a ring. Well, I think it's stupid, it's like a symbol or whatever, but it doesn't mean, is it going to make our marriage better? No. Is it going to, why? It's like another, hey dad, you are wise. But another thing my dad always told me is pick and choose your battles. That is such just stick on the damn ring. What is the difference? Oh, well, where I work, it can, really hurt my finger. That's actually true. People have lost fingers before from their jobs, but then that's why they make those silicone bands. You can put on that little rubber band. It's still a symbol. It'll make her happy. And come to find out in the upcoming episodes, he's getting pictures of naked women. He obviously stayed the night before their wedding at his friend's house, and he was shirtless, getting high. Whatever the case is, he's proven that she can't really trust him that much. And he still comes off like a little bit pompous. I don't know whose side I'm on here. I honestly don't. I don't know if I like either one of them or if I'm Team Natalie or Team Mike, but I just feel like Natalie, now that you have your green card, you just need to wipe your hands of this man and move on. This is not going to work.
Adam does not see our messages, Miriam.
Team divorce, I will help with the fees.
This couple.
Social media will too.
This couple, I mean, I'm not sure if I'm here for watching them. Them acting lovey-dovey in this episode was so uncomfortable to watch because I didn't believe a minute of it. I didn't.
They were very sexual in this episode.
Yeah, it was.
And he's
cringeworthy.
I know, and I was looking. One fan commented and said, "Natalie, you need to divorce the thumb," and said he looks like a big thumb. And I was like, people are so shady. People are terrible on social media. The internet is awful.
Listen,
but no, it's a cringeworthy couple.
Did they forget they were on a reality show before that?
Where we forget
that we saw everything?
Maybe.
They recapped it though for us. If you didn't watch,
if I didn't watch before,
yeah.
If I didn't watch before, I would have believed them. But I did. We all did watch the train wreck. What the hell?
What the hell? I agree. There's another couple, though. I want to transition this. There's another couple, or segue, as Kempire likes to call it. I want to segue into the couple who decided to take sort of a honeymoon trip to Vegas. Now, Brandon and Julia are still not off the damn farm, and I don't understand. You got $20,000 for your first season. You got $20,000 or more for your second season. Now, at this point, you should get some sort of social media, something maybe they're not popular enough. I don't know how many followers they have on Instagram yet. But once you hit like 100,000, you start to get some sort of, brand ambassador or whatever. Why are you still on the farm? Why not go find somewhere in Virginia, or I think that's where they live, Virginia. Yep. Why not go find somewhere in Virginia for like a modest $800 to $1,000 a month, which at this point they can afford. He just got a new job. He's making more money, working less time. Why not put the money that you're putting into Vegas into an apartment?
Well, because we know, as Miriam is saying, storyline, because they want the parents to be a part. They want the farm. The farm is a character in their storyline. The pigs are a part of their storyline.
If I were,
it's obvious at this point, but it's entertaining.
It is entertaining, but Julia even said, she's like, her idea, she comes from city living. Her idea coming to the United States was not a farm, it was the city. And now I have a feeling, just like Brandon's mom said, the minute that she saw Vegas, you see the glitz, the glam, the lights, the showgirls, it makes you think like, oh, I could do this. I could get a job. And when she made the statement saying like, it's okay. Once my papers are filed and I get my green card, if he doesn't want to come with me, I'll come here alone.
I will make a prediction. She's going to file for a dancer, a job.
A showgirl?
In Vegas. She's going to be the new Pau. Remember Pau and Russ?
Yes.
Remember when she wanted to do modeling and he was unemployed and he wanted to move? But it worked for them. Hopefully, that's their best case scenario. But my strong suspicion is that they're doing this for a storyline because the pigs, the farm, the parents, they're all characters. And they have interest in comedy to their story.
No.
Without the parents, what is...
The farm, I think we lost your mic.
Can't hear you, K1 Visa Rep.
Can you hear me now?
Guys, there we go.
While we get her mic back, yes, we can hear you now. But
I think, that's the thing. It's a storyline. Without the parents, I can't see how interesting they would be, unless
I agree with you.
Really Pau and Russ.
Boys to move to the big city. It's not going to happen. Just to be very clear here, one, if it does happen, I don't trust that their relationship would work because it takes a very strong personality, or not a strong personality, but a committed person, a very trusting person in a relationship to be like, all right, girl, go ahead. I'm going to let my wife go out there in the club all night and make us some money. Yeah, the minute that she meets somebody else with a little bit more money whose parents aren't crazy controlling farmers, she's going to dip. She's going to be like, I made it to America. Thanks, Brandon.
Do we really think they're going to last as a couple?
Yes, I do.
Why is that, Miriam?
Yeah.
Call me romantic. I really think they really like each other. I really do.
I believe they like each other, but I also think they like each other in an immature way.
Yeah, it takes a lot more than to like each other. I mean, I'm 27. I don't. My relationship's not that immature. Well,
no, you're different. You're different.
Jason.
And Jason is mature. You know.
Yeah, that's true though.
At least by age, one mature person. By age.
No, oh wow!
What did you say?
She said in a relationship you need at least one mature person.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to sound bad. No, seriously. Come on. I love Jason.
Jason. No,
he looks like he's your age. You better keep up your appearances, Adam.
I know he tells me with my skincare routine all the time. You know, to be fair,
he's
and not
only
that,
he looks amazing. Like,
it's
he does.
I'll tell him. I'm gonna tell him. I'm like, listen, Miriam complimented you. She said you're a freak. You look
amazing. He's a freak of nature, just like I call Jennifer Lopez. I feel like Jason is made of.
That's a lot of money behind that. Jennifer Lopez has a lot of money that goes into that. I mean, honestly, she could be like, but that's a lot of maintenance. That's
whatever
a lot of
Jason is doing is working. He's gonna get his yacht.
You're right. It's true. Working. And I do want to say also, we did a couples challenge video, and I had some people who were like really going in on me, and they're like, "You're so mean to Jason." No, I'm not. I'm not mean to Jason. It's our banter. We get along really great. It's out of love and fun. If you don't
have how many years in at this point?
Huh?
And it's how many years in at this point?
It's we're going on 8.
Wow.
It's like, you know what I mean? It's
centuries in gay years.
Yeah, thank you. We're like dogs.
I was gonna say that.
So if you make 1 year, it's like 7 years. So we're doing the damn thing. Back off. Natalie P, thank you so much for the super chat, super sticker. We appreciate you. I'm going to move on from that couple and segue into the 2 couples that we're anticipating coming on, which would be Yara and Jovi and Tiffany and Ronald. I cannot believe there are so many couples.
Are you really anticipating Yara and Jovi?
I mean, I want to see what she's like as a mom. I thought she looked stunning at the reunion. I think that I've never been a parent, but Miriam doesn't becoming a parent, like, it changes you. It changes your personality, either for the good or for the bad.
I saw the change in Jovi at the reunion, at the Tell Nothing reunion. I saw a change in Jovi. I really did. And to be honest with you, come on, I feel like I really think that there is potential there. But the reason they're bringing so many couples, I think it's because they don't have a couple that can stand on their own. And it's because their mantra is coming back to bite them.
You know how interesting it would be, though? It would be so interesting if Angela had Michael in town and they got to navigate, Michael coming to America and starting to be around the kids. How does he operate? Could you imagine if Michael sat his ass on the couch and did not contribute, had all those grandbabies running around, he wasn't helping out, Angela would rip him a new one.
Oh my God. I can't wait till he's here. Alive.
I can't wait either. I really
start a petition to get Michael here.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we all should sponsor him.
I mean, any day. For that couple, I think Angela is probably one of my favorite TLC cast members. I think she's hilarious. And again, unapologetically herself. I really enjoy having her on.
Yeah.
We need to get her on your channel.
They are the strongest couple in the season. This is why they're bringing so many, Well, but then again, Julia and what's his name?
Brandon.
And Brandon and Yara and Jovi. I feel like they are starting. And I feel like there's potential for longevity there. Okay. There is, because I feel like, I don't know. And there's a child between Yara and Jovi. Come on.
Okay, what about Tiffany and Ronald? We're about to get them next episode. Do you feel like there's potential for that to last? Because it looks like it's...
What was she thinking? She knew he had a criminal record. She knew it was an uphill battle. She tried to live in South Africa, and she saw what that was. What is she thinking? Of course she wants a divorce. She needs to divorce him. There's no way that she wants to go there because of her kids. She being a good mom, she is a good mom. I'm going to say that. That's what I see on the show. I don't know her personally, but because of her kids, I would never take my kids to live in a place like that. Doesn't matter how much I love him. And he will never get a visa here. Never.
Well, and it's not just that it's South Africa, because I'm sure that there are some beautiful, really safe places in South Africa,
Yeah, but he can't afford it.
Well, right. And we saw on the show where he took her to a very dangerous neighborhood, and he didn't even want her to leave the place when he wasn't with her. And then they were talking about how sometimes, it just happens in the middle of the day, like where people come in and they raid the house and they might kill you, they might not, but just like try to hide if you can. It's like, what the hell is going on? I would not move my kids to that either. And she lives in a very, modest situation in America, and it's obviously a lot more safe. And my priority, I would think, again, I'm not a mom or a dad. I'm a dog mom, but I'm not a mom or a dad. I would think that I would put my kids first as far as making sure that they are safe. They have that they have everything that they need and that they're going to be okay. I wouldn't put them in a chaotic sort of violent situation like that. And
even without kids involved. I wouldn't go there.
I don't understand why she even got pregnant in the first place.
Exactly.
Well, Kempire, back to the whole hand in the glove situation.
No.
There is this.
No, what I'm saying is, I don't understand these couples.
You asked for it, Kempire.
I know. My thing is, it's one thing to fall in love with someone abroad, but then you're going to involve a child. You should do everything in your power to protect yourself, so you're not in this particular situation. Yes, it takes two to be in this relationship and to make a baby. But if you know the possibilities of, I might have to move to America. She knew he had a criminal background beforehand. She already knew that it might be difficult for him to move to America. There was no guarantee in that. And there was no guarantee in that you would be comfortable in South Africa. So why bring a child into that? I mean, at this point, it's too late. Say it again.
I said it was kind of like playing the lotto. Like, you really don't know when you scratch off that ticket if you're going to have a winner or not.
No, that was more like driving a train into an abysm.
Oh,
what people needs to, like she wanted to, there is no way that would work. The people need to realize that applying to come here is extremely difficult for a person with no criminal background, let alone with a criminal background. Okay, it happened, she got pregnant. I would make sure my child has a relationship via FaceTime, or maybe someday we go visit him, but there is no longevity ever. She will never go there. Even if I didn't have kids, I wouldn't want to live in that place. You know what I'm saying? So kids.
You also have to remember that was only a snapshot of that place. I don't necessarily trust their solo opinion on South Africa, because
there have been, right. Oh, no. Sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry.
No, I just wouldn't trust their solo opinion of South Africa. I mean, if she's not comfortable, that's the way she wants to conduct her life. But I just don't like the narrative of South Africa being this dangerous place.
And Serbia.
Well, they've actually, I've had people come on and complain before, like guest callers and other people who cover TLC who are not necessarily from America. And they sort of get pissed off on how TLC, where, Brittany and Yazin went, and they made it look like it was so dangerous, like we had one person who was from Jordan come on, and she was like, that is not how it is here. I hate the misrepresentation of my country. And, it's for us, or for someone like me or some of the viewers who have not necessarily been to these places, this is what we have to go off of. This is what we're watching on TV. So however TLC edits it, that's going to be our interpretation. And I agree with you. It's kind of BS a little bit, because it's not every location. That's like if you go to Los Angeles. If you go to Beverly Hills, it's going to be very different than Compton.
Yeah. Just to this point, an unrelated couple, Andrew and Amira. Like when I watched his interview, because I was curious with Celeb Guy, I didn't think I was going to go through. I actually listened. And that made me look at Amira in a totally different aspect. He said that where she was, there was a McDonald's where she was talking to him. I feel like this might be another instance that TLC is portraying a country in a negative way. But if we're going to believe that, what was she thinking of marrying a guy with a criminal background? But they do that a lot. In favor of one of the characters. I feel like they really missed the point by accepting from Amira. Now I'm taking back. I'm eating my words by accepting Amira not be available in the via Skype in the same place as Andrew, because of what I learned at the end of that Tell Nothing, like a Campire call. She is already she was blaming Andrew from moving on, and she moved on with the guy from America as well. Come on.
I'm still Team Amira too.
I don't think Amira's innocent. I don't think Amira's innocent, but I still. There was a McDonald's open. Not everyone, when you're on vacation or not even vacation or just in another country, wants to go to McDonald's for food.
I went to McDonald's 3 days ago, and I was like, yeah.
But didn't you catch her lying? That she goes like, barely I got messages. Come on.
Yeah, remember I said last week
that could have been a language barrier.
Exactly. I really think that was a language thing. I don't trust either one of them, but I definitely do not trust Andrew.
Yeah, and I feel like
he's interview.
This narrative to benefit himself. I mean, honestly, at this point, he has nothing to lose because he's already lost the girl. So he's not going to be back on the show. Why not go on there and paint yourself in the best possible light that you can? I'm sure anything.
Yeah, and he made the mistake by walking off. If I were him, I would let her speak and come back and tell my piece. I think he got that memo a little late in the game. But to tell you the truth, I feel like she really she was playing along with the producers.
Right.
I want to say something quickly about the Andrew and Amira because I know we're digressing. But the thing is with that particular situation, you're right. He should have stayed and he could have told his side of it. But again, this is why I'm still Team Amira. I feel like he knew he could trigger her by interacting with her. He could have still told his side of things after she said her side of things. He didn't have to actually interact with her to tell his side of things.
And we can say the same thing to Amira. You don't need to interact with him, but don't demand
that's what you
that
wanted.
he's not there. Well, yeah, why what she wants? That's what she wants. Well, she was in the relationship with two people. She shouldn't get what she wants. And she was accusing Andrew of being on a website. Well, she did not only go on a website, she's already in a relationship with Mr. Right, the love of her life. Did you guys
it can happen.
Hey, sometimes it happens like that. Sometimes it happens.
Sure.
Like,
I'm hoping it happened like that for me.
Kempire, you never know. You could walk out like Teresa Giudice on your street today, and then all of a sudden say, please send me a good person for my life. And then bam, there's somebody who's like, hey.
Hopefully they have a mask on because in Vegas they didn't have a mask in sight with Brandon and Julia.
I can't believe I'm defending Teresa here because she's not my cup of anything. But she didn't it wasn't like she left Juicy Joe to get into another guy. It really took some time.
Yeah,
she went through things.
Yeah, but everyone's different. I don't believe there is any sort of timeline on how long you should mourn a relationship. She saw he moved on. I'm like, you know what? I'm moving on too.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like she did what she accused him of.
Don't waste the pretty. Just saying.
And if you do, then get a really good doctor because they can fix it. Well, with that, we have everybody in the room, please go ahead and smash that like button. I do have to go ahead and catch a flight soon, not feelings. Catch flights, not feelings, right? But I wanted to ask you before we go, and I'll start with you, Kempire. What are you looking forward to most next episode?
Angela, still. I'm not looking forward to any of the other couples that that have not even debuted yet on Happily Ever After. I'm still looking forward to Angela. I was hoping that we would get a sneak peek of Angela sneaking her way into Nigeria, but we didn't see that. And I don't think that happened because we are in a pandemic. But I'm still excited about Angela. She is hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious. The whole thing about the cigarette smoking, I forgot. I wrote it down where she said cigarette smoking makes her calm. I was like, what are you like when...
You're not smoking cigarettes?
Yeah. I was like, it makes you calm. So what are you like without cigarettes? Because you're not calm with cigarettes. So I'm looking forward to Angela. Everyone else is just going to be there for me.
Okay. Miriam, what are you looking forward to?
Well, given the cast, that I'm looking forward for Michael.
Okay.
The same couple. Because I feel like, because I really believe there are feelings there. At first I was skeptical. But at this point, even he is so genuine and there's an innocence about him that I really appreciate. And I'm looking forward to see what Jovi and Yara life is going to look like and Julia and Brandon. Those are, for me, if this season was only them, it would be better than having all the others, which are, it's so obvious.
Like fillers.
Everything is a storyline.
Well,
Manufactured
to be honest,
storyline.
of course, I'm also looking forward to Angela and Michael because they are my favorite on the show. But I'm also kind of looking forward to the family dynamic with Elizabeth and Andrei. I hope we can't read the pre-produced storyline too much into it. You know what I mean? Like, I hope there's some sort of authenticity to it, but we'll have to wait and see. But yes, I'm with you guys. Michael and Angela all day.
Yeah. In the real world, he would have been fired right there when he was talking to the boss. Oh, I don't want to talk with I don't want to work with your son. And it's a family business.
But remember, that father has been very lenient with all of his kids. So it wouldn't surprise me if he felt, oh, I can ask him for $100,000 and he'll give it to me because I'm technically giving it to Libby. I'm waiting though for Charlie and Andrei eventually are going to come to blows, and it's going to happen. I'm afraid for Charlie because Andrei that's a big ass dude, and he's a little scary. But you know, I'm interested in looking for. Well, I don't look forward to that altercation, but I'm interested to see how that dynamic plays out. But with that, guys, we lasted 45 minutes, so you can either take the $45 or go on a second date with me. Kidding. In the meantime, if you haven't already, guys, go ahead, smash that like button. Before we go, Miriam, can you let us know where we can find you?
Okay, my name now on YouTube is not paid by anyone because I am sick and tired of being accused that I'm being paid by people, Empire. Okay, and whenever I go to his channel, which we're having a lot of fun, believe it or not, he always changes my name, and I feel like that's not right, and I hope that changes. So
right.
I have only one subscriber, and I want to thank the supporters.
We love you, Miriam. We love you. Kempire.
Miriam is great. Everyone can follow me on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel for daily consistent content.
Wow, you had like a whole little tagline there. All right, guys. So go ahead, make sure that you go follow Miriam so she doesn't have just one subscriber. Let's give her 2, 3, 4, maybe even a handful. Come on, let's show some love. And also go follow Kempire. Guys, thank you so much. And I'll definitely tell Pops everybody says hello.
Yes.
Coming, so it'll be fun. We'll see you guys.
And make sure Poppy watches Summer House Reunion. I want to have someone to talk to about this.
Oh, he will. Trust me.
Yes. Okay.
He will. He'll lock himself in the room and tell everybody to practically piss off and leave him alone so he can watch Summer House. He will. Trust me. He will. But thank you guys so much. I can't wait to see you guys too. Hopefully you guys will be around tomorrow. My setup's going to be a little bit different, obviously, but I'm going to be covering Atlanta. I just dropped 2 videos, one about Kathy Hilton and Kyle Richards' new alleged feud, and also this Lala Kent, Sheena Marie Vanderpump BS. So if you guys are around, go check out the videos, and we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye, guys.
All right, guys. So make sure that you go show some love, give a follow, smash that like button, and then go check out some of the videos I dropped today. I'll tell Pops everybody says hi, and I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Bye, 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 bye.